Hello and welcome to another episode of A Golfer's Ramblings. I hope you are all well. So, as the title says of this ramblings, I have been shafted. I haven't, I've just changed the shaft in my driver. So yeah, been messing around with a few things. And since I've had my M5 Tour, I've never really been happy with the shaft in it. In my previous TaylorMade driver, I had a Hazardous Yellow, which was X-stiff, low spin, and it was like swinging a poker stick. It was stiff. In my M5 Tour, I had a Hazardous Smoke Black, which it just never sort of sits right. It just didn't feel as stiff. It was a little bit softer. Just didn't feel comfortable with it. I haven't been able to get hold of a Hazardous Yellow shaft for my M5, but what I've put in it, V2, Pro Force V2, the bright yellow lightsaber. So it looks cool AF. It does look cool. I've had for you tech geeks, I've had a 7.5F, which is 70 grams, X-stiff flex. So it's low spin, low launch, low kick, which for me is ideal because I'm quite steep on the ball. I generate quite a lot of spin, so I need as much as possible to reduce the spin of my golf ball. So I've got a low spin head, I've got a low spin shaft, and I've got a low launch shaft. So that sort of brings everything together to rectify the fact that I can't hit up on the ball. First outing was one day last week. I think it was Thursday, possibly Friday. Shot 75. Drove the ball absolutely lovely. It felt nice. It felt stiff. It felt like that poker that I used to have. I got that poker feeling that I used to have from the Hazardous Yellow. Much better shaft than the Hazardous Black. So yeah, really happy. Second round on Saturday. Didn't score as well. I shot 80, so I've had a bit of a mare. However, off the tee, again, I've drove the ball quite well. Missed the fairway a little bit left and right, but there were small misses. Apart from down 11. 11 was just a big Yahoo right, but that was me, not the shaft. But as I say, the shaft feels good, and for the things that I want from it, it's delivering what it needs to deliver. So absolutely buzzing with the shaft. Now I'm thinking, is it just as straightforward as changing a shaft? What about if I change the head? What about if I get a more modern, lower spinning head? So I thought, let's have a look. So the new version of my head is obviously the Stealth. You're looking at £450 and pretty much all of the newer stuff is around the same mark, and I'm thinking, do I want to be paying that for a driver? No, I don't. Can't justify paying that because the way I'm hitting the M5 is well. I'm hitting it well, I'm getting good numbers, and I'm consistent with it. So for me to fork out that sort of money, I'm not going to do it. Now, some of you may or may not know the company Golfstar Competitions. They run competitions every week from as 99p. So ultimately, I want a Stealth driver. Look at this. Now, these images will have expired by the time this video comes out. However, 99 pence or 16.99 for the opportunity of winning a TaylorMade driver. Well, it's not just a driver, it's driver, fairway wood and hybrid, so it's a full Stealth setup. Now obviously the 99p, I've got less chance of winning because I've got bigger odds, whereas 16.99 you've got smaller odds. Now there's competitions on there to fit every budget. 99p, most people can lose 99p for the chance to win 500-600 quid's worth of gear. Absolutely worth doing. Just to help you with that, here's the little discount code. GMAC20 will give you 20% off. I'll leave it across the bottom, and the link to Golfstar Competitions is below. They don't just, it's drivers, full sets, putters, wedges, even a watch from time to time. There's just been a Rolex Daytona gone. They've had Batmans on there. it's high-end gear. And it also, I know a lot of you are already thinking this is a scam. Genuinely isn't a scam. I know people and have played golf with people that have won prizes from that side. One of the lads I played with won a trolley. It is not the GPS trolley, the one down from that Motor Caddy do. So it's really good gear, you know, so well worth looking at. So as I say, GMAC 20% off Golf Star competitions. Head over and get your entries in. And it's not a case of these competitions don't run until all the tickets have gone. These run for a period of time. So if there's 10 tickets in and the time runs out, they draw the competition. So these competitions get drawn regardless if they're all sold out. So well worth getting into, guys. Well worth looking at, especially if you want some new gear cheap. Back to the matter at hand, shafts. So yeah, I genuinely have, and that wasn't a tedious link into Golf Star competitions. I genuinely have been looking at different heads. I've tried the Stealth head, I've tried the TSI 3 from Titleist head, and as I say, I genuinely can't justify the £450 to change it. So the shaft option was the best option for me. And like I say, with it, it's given me that poker feel again. So it's got me to where I want to be. Obviously I'm 2 rounds deep with it, so it's early days, but I think this is going to be the solution probably long term, because I genuinely don't see me changing the head. I don't see the point at the moment. But the feel I get from it is that solid feel. What I do find though, because I'm old and fat and out of shape, I've played 2 rounds on the spin. Friday night was absolutely fine. Saturday, I'm getting tired midway, so leading into 11, I'm getting tired. I'm getting stiff in the back. That's where I'm struggling to load the X-Flex. So maybe if I drop to a stiff, we'll get to where we want. But then by dropping to a stiff, am I still going to get that poker rod feel? Maybe if I went for a 70 gram, probably still get that feel. But that's again something I need to tweak and possibly play with. But as it stands, the X-Flex is where we're at, and if I'm only playing 18, I'm absolutely getting a great ball flight. It's going long, and because I'm getting that low launch and I'm getting lower launch and lower spin, I'm actually finally getting a little bit of run on the ball as well. Because even with the hard fairways, when I was hitting it before, because of the spin that I was generating, I wasn't getting a massive amount of run. But yeah, much better flight. I mean, down 6 on, it was on the Saturday. I've hit a drive and I've got it out the screws. Everything went well. 329. That's obviously not on the fly. I'm guessing that's ran quite a bit. But absolutely monstrous drive. That's a huge drive for me. I average high 280s, including run, high 280s. Hitting over 300. It happens, but not. That's the big. I think, as far as I'm aware, that's the biggest drive I've hit. So absolutely a-okay on the driver shaft for me. So for those of you that are looking at changing your driver, I'd generally get on a launch monitor, look at your numbers and think, is it spinning too much? Do I need a new head? Look at your angles of attack, and then try and work out shaft, or even, it's not even just the shaft, mess around with the head. So chap we played with on Saturday, well Friday and Saturday, Jeff, Pitch and Putt Golf, he's had a new driver and he's been struggling with a big, for him it's left to right, so he's left-handed, so it's a big fade. Right to left, sorry, big fade. He'd lofted the club up from 10.5, I think he was playing about 12, so TaylorMade hit the ball high anyway, launched massively high. So on the Saturday we messed around with it, put it back to standard loft, but we set it to upright for him, just because he's got similar characteristics of his swing to mine. So I thought, you know what, let's start with this, let's make this the starting point. Lessons are needed, absolutely lessons are needed. However, the small changes that we made to the shaft and the head made a big difference to his drive. Yes, he was still getting the big left to right, however, lowered the ball flight, reduced the left to right, right to left, right to left, right to left, and got in more distance. So much better from a small tweak. So guys, if you are struggling with your driver, don't run out and buy a new one. Go on to Golf Stars, enter their competition, and have a look at your shaft, have a look at your settings, just have a play around with things, and I promise you can get better results than you're getting at the minute. just a short vlog again today, guys. I've definitely got some golf coming out on Friday for you from the previous weekend of me playing, so you get to see the bright yellow shaft, and it is cool. So yeah, guys, take care. Thanks for watching. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Remember, GMAC 20 Golf Staff competitions. Thank you so much.